Was that the bite of 87?
Hello everyone and welcome back to another review. Today we're looking at number 8960, the Thunder Driller. It's from LEGO Power Miners and oh boy, is it one of my favorites. It came out in 2009, which, you know, in my opinion is one of the best years ever for LEGO sets. And why don't we real quick look at the instructions. It does come with 3 minifigs, and I must say the border on this instruction manual is really bizarre because it's just the box art, but you know, I like it. You got all the goopy orange, and it's the driller. It's a picture of it. All right, first page, pretty basic stuff, you know. You got the classic don't mix the pieces thing, which is pretty awesome. I always loved those. I don't think they do those too much anymore. And yeah, it's just kind of boring instruction booklet. I mean, there's not much to see. Let's get kind of to the back. You can see the good old classic, 2007 Lego Win thing on the back. I always love these. You got your boy Kongu and a few other things. Got an advertisement and then a picture of all of the sets. Well, the combo models, not all the sets, but the combo models. And these are some of the best combo models, especially the top one. I just think they're so cool, and they look like actual sets. Again, especially the top one. And here we got all of the crazy rock monsters, which I absolutely love. I used to look at this part of the instruction booklet all the time because I love it so much. It's so freaking cool. And that set right there, the Crystal Sweeper, I will get it one day. One funny little antidote is that you can see that this is the European box art because it doesn't have the piece counts. And on the other side we got a picture of all of the action features, which I find to be kind of weird. It's just, you know, a bunch of action features. Alright, here we are. Something I wish there were a lot more posters of. This is the picture of all of the sets, and it is so freaking cool. I love this. I want to get this framed. Any people coming to my wedding, this is what I want for the one wedding present. Just a framed picture of this. And then the pieces. That's it. So why don't we get building? Because this thing is pretty awesome. Oh yeah, it has 234 parts, by the way. Alrightio, we are done. And oh boy, that took a while. Even though it only has about 250-ish pieces, it took me like 45 minutes to build. It's quite a crazy build, and honestly, it's kind of unlike any other set. But my copy was missing quite a few pieces, and I kept on having to take breaks and, look through my Lego boxes to try and find the quote-unquote correct color, because, I want the absolute best videos for you guys. Alright, so here we have the Thunder Driller, probably the most iconic set from Power Miners ever, I would argue, anyway. And if we bust out your boy Tahu, we can see, yeah, is big. And it was around $30 back in the day. And, I'll talk about price a little bit later, but you can see it's pretty big. It's not coming off super well on camera, but this thing definitely has a presence, and among minifigs, it feels kind of like a rather large apex of machinery. Like, it definitely feels bad, but in a good way. Alright, and I'm back. I'm sure you're wondering what I was doing while I was trying to find the right colored piece. I noticed last minute that I accidentally had the wrong colored grate on it. But hey, we fixed it, and that's just great. Anyway, this thing looks really cool. It has a lot of personality. It has this really bizarre chain. I don't quite understand what that's for. I guess it's supposed to be like a tow chain. It's kind of weird. You can see it has these really cool panels. It has like a little place to put gas. All the Power Miner stickers are super detailed. And you can see all the paint is really scraped up. Let me move the chain. You can see there's a bunch of like caution and danger signs everywhere. And the paint, like in universe on the sticker, is purposefully all scratched up, which I think looks super great. Well, not, but from the drill. It's all scratched up from the drill, which I think is a very nice touch, and I think just gives the whole set a lot of personality. You can see this side's a little bit different. It's not as exciting, but you've got some more panels, and altogether, I think it's just very, there's a lot of love in this set. You can just feel it. Again, this is one of those sets that they have not really made another one like it, besides a few Ninjago vehicles here and there. And, oh, it's getting kind of unfocused. This chain is being kind of poopy. You can see there's another sticker up here. Lots of stickers in this set, which is kind of unfortunate, but I feel like they add stuff. Faux show. And it has these really big spotlights up here, which I feel like kind of look like eyes. I don't know, this thing definitely kind of has a face, at least to me. It has some sort of, personality, which is pretty awesome. And this is pretty unique back here. The cockpit is just covered by a roll cage, and it's one of the weirdest cockpits in any Lego vehicle ever. Alright, let me get Duke out of the way. He does come with a walkie-talkie, by the way. I love that walkie-talkie piece. And in this gray crate, you got your harvesting tool. Fortnite. I mean, it's just a pickaxe. And then a dynamite piece. I really like the printed and molded I almost said dinosaur piece. Dynamite piece. It's pretty great. I think this is one of the first appearances of it. Could be wrong though. And this cockpit's really cool. You can just see it has these two white joysticks. It has this weird fire thing, which I think is supposed to be exhaust from the drill. It's kind of hard to see, and it's kind of weird. And then you get this really cool printed panel piece. Again, hard to see, but it's really cool. It's supposed to be kind of like a camera on the front of the drill, which is showing the tunnel that the driller is drilling, and it has depth and stuff. It's really cool. It's a really nice printed piece. Again, very, very thoughtful. Alright, now, I'm sure you're all dying to see the awesome action feature, because it's one of the coolest action features in a set, like freaking ever. It's so cool. Alright, that's all it is. No, it's cool. It's cool, trust me guys. It's so cool. You just roll the front wheel. The front axle is connected to a gear, which is connected to another gear, which is connected to a shaft, which goes up and then turns, and then it goes up into the drill. You can see it's actually counter-rotating. Each part of the drill is rotating separately, and it's a pretty ingenious way they do it. So this main axle spins, and it rotates this gear, which rotates, it rotates this gear, which rotates these gears, which rotate this big gear. So it rotates that, but really it's this tiny drill that's driving the whole thing, which is pretty cool. and it just looks so good. And it's one of the only Power Miner sets where the actual drilling piece is not orange, which is kind of weird. And all the other sets, except for the titanium command thingy, all of the pieces are orange. And I think this actually makes a lot of sense, how it's gray on this one. I feel like it actually looks a lot better. I feel like it would have looked really toyish if it was completely orange. Because, I mean, this thing is already lime green and orange, so, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to show you, it kind of has an interior. It's just really boring. It's just an empty pit. I think as a kid I used this as a, like, storage and or, like, jail or something. I don't know. It's kind of empty. It's supposed to be, like, the engine room. It's, you know, driving the drill. But, yeah, you can fit minifigs in there and other things. I don't know. Kind of weird, but I definitely appreciate it. If it was just, like, blocked off, I feel like that would have been pretty stupid. You know, just imagine what you could do with that. This chain is crazy. Alright, I'm going to play around with this thing a little bit more off camera, cough cough. You know, why don't we go look at minifigs? Alright, campers. Here we have Thyrox. I think that's how you say it. It's a weird name. They got a little creative with the rock monster names. And he is the orange rock monster, and he is actually exclusive to the set, and arguably one of the best rock monsters. He's pretty cool. And you can see his body is completely transparent orange. He does have some gray paint, but besides his arms and his head, his body is orange. And you can see the paint on mine is kind of chipped. I got this thing when I was quite young, and I played with these guys all the time. They were my favorite, easily. And he has this super cool head, which has these kind of creepy eyes and these funny teeth. I really love the personality of this guy. It's so weird. And his jaw can open up quite wide. And he has this actually pretty big mouth. And inside, oh, look at that. He has nothing. Let's just close that and forget about it. But you can see his articulation is pretty great. His arms can also rotate 360 degrees very well. And most of the time they're pretty tight. I have seen one or two that are kind of loose. Here we have the MacGuffin of this series. We have the power crystals. This is the orange one, and the set should come with 2, but I couldn't find the other one. I'm honestly not even sure if mine actually came with 2 in the first place. It might have been missing one. Alright, and here we have Doc, who is one of the most common Power Miner figures. I think he's kind of supposed to be the leader. And you know, he's pretty striking, he's pretty rememberable. He has the super iconic Power Miner pants, which have like the chains, and they're kind of supposed to be jeans. It's pretty great. He has the super iconic blue overalls. He's just, you know, iconic. And then he has kind of the star logo on the front and back of his overalls. Everyone has kind of a specialty logo. He has this really weird blue hat, blue helmet. And both of his faces are pretty funny. This one is kind of unique. All the Power Miners had secondary faces that were like screaming / excited faces. And last but definitely not least, we have Duke. Oh yeah, and I made a mistake. Doc is actually exclusive to the set. I got Doc and Duke mixed up. Doc is exclusive. Duke is in like half the sets, literally. Alright, he is kind of the pilot. He's like the driller man, and he has the same pants, but you can see his shirt is much different. He has the drill logo. He also has glasses or goggles, and his face. I love his face. He's supposed to have like soot and dirt and stuff all over his face, and it's just around his goggles that there's no dirt or anything. And I just think that's a lovely detail. It lines up really nicely. And it kind of looks like he's wearing a balaclava a little bit, and it only covers his like the little front of his face. And here's the back of his face. It's kind of funny. He's like really nervous, or he's about to wet his pants. I don't know. It also can be used as facial hair if you wanted all the dirt. Anyway, he's pretty awesome. Alright, here we are, already at the end. And I must say, this set is incredible. The action feature, just this right here, is just so great. And it's basically exclusive to this set. Like, I'm pretty sure the only other set this action feature is in is Makuta 2017. Thanks, Lego. Anyway, this set originally retailed for $30 in 2009, and, you know, adjusted for inflation, that's kind of approaching like $50-ish. So that's kind of pricey, if I'm going to be honest, because it only has like, what, 234 pieces, which is not a lot. I mean, some $20 sets have more than that. But the secondhand price is pretty incredible. I looked on Bricklink for this, doing research, and I saw one for like $17. And I think that is more than worth it. Definitely pick this up. I think in the next, 10 or so years, these are going to hyperinflate like Rock Raiders, because Rock Raiders is super expensive. We're going down a tangent hole. We're gonna move. Anyway, I think it's definitely worth it. The action feature is incredible. It has a great taste of what Power Miners is. If you're gonna buy one Power Miner set, I would say potentially get this. The drill feature is also in a couple other Power Miner sets, by the way. But I was being hyperbolic, okay? And the minifig selection is pretty great. Also has a very Power Miners flavor. Altogether, it's a very great, well-rounded set. I would definitely recommend it, and it's totally not nostalgia speaking. All right, peace out.